Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. Today my friends, I'm gonna be testing the Radeon RX 5700 XT along with a Ryzen 9 5900X, which will perform the same as a 5600X for example, in Valheim. We're also running 32GB of RAM, which is completely crazy, I know, for Valheim at least, but yeah, that's no problem. The game only utilizes like 7 or 8GB anyway, so if you have less memory, it will run the same basically. And here we are in the beautiful world that's not very beautiful because of the graphics of Valheim, and you know, the lighting is actually pretty good in this game in my opinion. We're playing at 1080p resolution and we're also gonna test 1440p and then 4K, and we're playing it with the highest settings without motion blur or chromatic aberration because I don't really like these effects. Of course, VSync is disabled because, well, what's the point of locking your frames in a benchmark video? And let's get into it. Now we're actually running the game using the Vulkan API, not DirectX, so it's actually fantastic because we are finally seeing 100% of GPU utilization in this game. I've never seen that happening with the X11, even with the 5700 XT, when I played this game with my friends, and while not recording of course, because this is the first time I am recording this GPU. Now the game still stutters a little bit, as you saw there. We got a big frame time spike, and I guess that's because it's loading some things, you know, some parts of the map or whatever. Yeah, it's not a smooth experience still, so they still have a ton of work to do, but we are definitely getting a few more frames than when utilizing the X11, so the Vulkan update definitely did something to improve the frame rate of this game. Unfortunately, lower end cards that I tested so far, like the GT 710 or GTX 550 Ti, those either don't support Vulkan, which is the case of the 500 series GTX GPU, or they perform worse using Vulkan than the X11. I guess Vulkan won't really be the big savior that we all wanted for Valheim performance, but you know, it's still doing a fantastic job here on the higher end cards. I think something like a 1050 Ti should probably run a little bit better using this API as well, because it will finally utilize 100% of the GPU. And let me just kill these guys over here. There we go. Yes, look at that lighting on ultra settings. The textures look really bad in my opinion. Like, look at that. I'd like them to look a little bit better, but I guess it's just the art style, you know. Some people like it. I've seen it in the comments. I'm not really a big fan of it, but that's okay, you know. We're all different after all. Alright, so it's sunset time, and this game actually has a problem with sunset lighting for some reason. It looks good, but it's extremely demanding. During the day, you could expect like 90 to 100 plus FPS at times, and during this time of the day you'll get around 80. As you can see, it dropped a little bit compared to the beginning of this video, so just keep that in mind. Okay, let's do 2560 by 1440 now, using the same very high or ultra settings, and yeah, I did not expect it to drop from 60, but as I told you guys, it's just because it's sunset time, okay? I'm gonna start counting our frames. We're gonna try to sleep the night, actually. I might go to camp there. So 1% lows are really low because of the stuttering issues, and I think the sunset time has already kind of passed, so we're not very close to 60 FPS anymore. That's good, but again, I'd like to see them fix that as well. They have a ton of performance issues and server issues as well to fix, so hopefully they'll be able to do that. I was kind of avoiding to test this game for a little bit, but as many of you were requesting the 5700 XT video in Valheim, well, here it is. I'm also going to test the GTX today in a second video, so keep tuned in for that. Alright, let's get into a little bit of a fight here. Okay, there we go. Very easy because I have OP armor and weapons. Well, it's still around 60 FPS right now, and there aren't really many weird lighting effects. I will say that this is a very playable experience, don't get me wrong. I'd just like to see maybe 100 FPS or more at 1440p, since the game doesn't look anything special, you know. Are you feeling alright, buddy? Why are you punching the wall? Okay. He's still punching the wall, what the heck? What the heck is that? Oh, that's one of my bodies, of course, because I died there for some reason. And look at the boys that killed me. What are they doing? Oh, they're fighting a skeleton. Okay, yeah, just do that while I just eat things off of my last dead body, I guess. Alright, buddy, you're dead now. I will still play like this. I will still choose this experience over the 1080p experience, especially if you have a 1440p monitor, of course, because it's so much sharper and it looks great. But I'd definitely love to see 60 plus all of the time, if not 100 plus all of the time. Okay, so it's dawn time right now, so that's why we're seeing less than 60 FPS because of the weird lighting effects. Once again, they're not weird, you know, they're just extremely demanding, and that's why I say they're weird, because they shouldn't be extremely demanding, basically. But yeah, this is how this game runs. Oh my god, it's dropping into the 40s, guys. It's becoming more and more intensive. And here we are, my friends. I actually managed to play this on my monitor at 4K using VSR. You just need to change the desktop resolution first to 3840 by 2160 and then it will work. And as you can see, everything is still the same on the ultra settings. I'm just gonna disable anti-aliasing because we are at 4K resolution after all. Right, so as you probably remember, this is the most intensive part of the day, basically, and we're getting 30s. You know, it's still a playable experience. Yeah, it's definitely not too bad. I'm gonna start counting our frames. It's dropping from 30 FPS. If you really want 30 plus all of the time, you'll need to drop a few settings here and there at 4K resolution. Now I would probably play at 1440p even on a 4K monitor, because at least on my TV 1440p still looks amazing. So I would much rather have that better experience and play at 60 FPS, you know, than at 30 with a few drops here and there when the lighting decides to be demanding for some reason. By the way, just look at this. This looks gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Now venturing out into the forest, it's still above 30 FPS now that it's not dawn time anymore. Yeah, this is still playable, guys. In worst case scenario, you can expect maybe drops into the mid-20s, which is not what you want, but I think this game still feels responsive and playable at 25 FPS or so. But again, I will definitely choose the 60 FPS experience at 1440p. Yeah, these are the medium settings right here, I think. And wow, it gave us a huge bump up in FPS, as you can see. You can definitely tell the pop-in right now. The leaves and stuff are all popping in right in front of you, so it's not that good looking. It's a little bit distracting, but at least we're well above 30 FPS now, and it is a way smoother experience and 100% playable right now. So I guess that's been it. The 5700 XT performs well enough for a playable experience at the 3 resolutions, although at 4K you need to lower it to medium if you want 30 plus all of the time. Thank you very much for watching. Do remember that this is still in early access and performance might change over the next few months. But for now, this is the state of the game, and I hope it was informative and helpful to some people. Thank you for watching again. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.